It's finally here. Thunderbolts, the ragtag team of goofy MCU side characters, are teaming up to take down Bob from Top Gun 2. I'll admit, I fell off the Marvel wagon pretty hard, and Captain America Brave New Bird didn't help me get back on the wagon either. But honestly, Thunderbolts looks like it'll be a lot of fun. So it got me thinking about the James Gunn Suicide Squad. I get not everyone liked it, but I personally really enjoyed it and thought that overall, it was a pretty good time. And that got me thinking about the 2016 Suicide Squad, a movie I saw one time in theaters, and I decided that was more than enough for me. So let's never watch it again. Well, I decided to watch it again, and me, god, this movie is bad. Now, for this watch through, I went with the extended edition because I had heard it made the movie better. It did not. The movie opens with Amanda Waller meeting some suit and tie guys, where we get to learn about our soon-to-be Suicide Squad members. First up is Deadshot, where we see him take out a guy in police custody and then fight Batman in front of his daughter for a second. Next is Harley Quinn, and the god-awful Jared Leto version of the Joker, and just like, he sucks, as a person and in this movie. Stop giving this man roles, Hollywood. Like, why the fuck is Jared Leto starring in the Tron Ares movie? No, don't do that. Bad Hollywood, bad Hollywood. Harley Quinn is followed by Captain Boomerang, who apparently robbed every bank in Australia before coming to America and getting arrested by the Flash. Diablo is the next one, who apparently just turned himself in, and also he incinerated a bunch of dudes in prison. Waller tells us that evolution took a step backwards with Killer Croc, as we see the guards feed him a big skinless goat. And last, but certainly least, is Dr. June Moon, aka the Enchantress, aka the weird and underdeveloped villain for this story. Oh, and I almost forgot about Colonel Rick Flag, who is the best soldier America has ever produced, and he's also in love with June Moon for some reason. After all these intros, Waller gains support for her stupid idea by demonstrating her hold over the Enchantress, greenlighting whatever she wants. Waller and Flag walk around the prison so Deadshot can show off his skills and Harley can ask if Waller is the devil. And then, to no one's surprise, the Enchantress breaks free, releases her brother, and decides she's going to kill all the humans because they don't worship her like a god anymore. And what's annoying about this is you actually learn that the Enchantress has a brother before she goes to break him out, but it's done in this tiny ass text at the bottom of the screen in these character intros. Was I supposed to read all of these character intros? Because the only interesting thing from Deadshot was the fact that he's good with a musket, and honestly, that's kind of impressive. The brother starts causing mayhem in Midway City, so the Suicide Squad assembles and get their signature bombs in their necks. At the same time, June transforms back into the Enchantress, and her brother works some magic so the heart that Waller has doesn't affect her anymore, or something. The Suicide Squad arrives just outside Midway City, where they are joined by last-minute Slipknot, who is really good at ropes and can climb anything. Then Deadshot says this.
So that's it? What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
He said it!
One more member joins the squad, and honestly, I'll just let Flag handle her introduction.
This is Katana. I would advise not getting killed by her. Her sword traps the souls of its victims.
Once they've landed in the city, Captain Boomerang tells Slipknot that this whole bomb in the neck thing is a big con, and they should just make a break for it. So Slipknot, being a master of ropes, does exactly that, and gets his head blown off. And I honestly don't care, because what was this guy actually going to do to help? Climb the evil things to death? And speaking of the evil things, these weird, faceless Last of Us looking monsters start to attack, giving us our first real action bit in this movie, where all the zombie things get shot with guns, ripped apart by Killer Croc, smacked by Harley's bat, and boomeranged to death, which might be a new one for zombies. It also turns out that the way these things are made is by the Enchantress giving you a big old smooch. Now, the big plan is to get to the top of the building that the target is in, grab said target, and then put them on a helicopter so they can fly out of the city. Some more fighting kicks off inside the building, and Diablo finally decides to use his incredibly strong firepower to take out a group of enemies with ease, all thanks to Deadshot annoying him into doing it. Turns out the high-value target is actually Waller herself, and during her rescue, she shoots all of her staff, and Deadshot says this.
Damn, that is just a mean lady.
Yeah, man, shooting innocent people is what a mean lady would do, you numbnuts. Once on the roof, the evac chopper arrives, but uh-oh, it's been hijacked by the Joker and his lackeys, so Harley jumps over to the helicopter and gets away while they minigun people to death. So there's this entire subplot that takes place in like 60-second clips where the Joker breaks into the place that made the neck bombs, kidnaps this one guy, and then he uses that guy to disarm Harley's bomb so she can escape. And while she is escaping, Waller orders Deadshot to kill her in order to gain his freedom and see his kid again. And what a stupid twist and surprise when he decides not to do it. Yeah, the guy who keeps talking about how all he wants to do is see his kid again and has only known Harley for like 12 hours decides not to kill this fellow criminal, the thing he's done for money and stuff in the past. It ultimately doesn't even matter because Waller just orders the helicopter to be shot down, but Harley falls off onto a roof before it crashes and explodes. Another helicopter shows up for Waller, and on her way out of the city, the evil brother guy makes it crash and takes her hostage. Then, Harley just comes back to join everyone, even though she no longer has a bomb in her neck and earlier was playing mind games with everyone just for the fuck of it. These characters are so inconsistent. They get to the down chopper, and Deadshot finds some top secret info, so he forces Flag to spill the truth. And all that Flag tells him is everything we already know, which is that the Enchantress bolted, got her brother out of a jar, and then started attacking Midway City. And, not wanting to fight weird zombie people, Deadshot says, "No thank you," and goes to have a drink instead. In the bar, Deadshot reminds all of us that they're the bad guys, and they were set up from the beginning to take the fall for all of this. Now it's time for Diablo to drop his backstory about how one night he got angry and lost control of his powers, which resulted in his wife and kids being killed. Flag comes in to plead for everyone's help, so he breaks the tablet controlling the bombs in their necks, which immediately makes Captain Boomerang bolt, which I think is kind of funny. But then Flag shows Deadshot a bunch of letters from his daughter. Why the fuck did Flag bring these letters with him on a mission? Did he do it literally just to have leverage against Deadshot in a moment like this? Whatever though, because it works, and one after the other, they all, including Captain Boomerang, join Flag to go get Waller back. Killer Croc actually gets to do something with his crocodile powers as he goes under the flooded tunnel to grab a bomb with some Navy SEALs in an attempt to blow up the big brother bad guy. The underwater guys get attacked by some zombies while everyone else struggles to fight the brother. Then Diablo turns into, well, he turns into this. And then he fist fights the brother until the bomb goes boom and they both go by. Enchantress goes all spooky-like and starts knocking the team around in this really hard to see and what the fuck is happening sequence. She then offers them a chance to join her or die, so Harley tricks her so she can get close enough to cut her heart out. Following this is a slow-motion gun toss, so Killer Croc can slow-motion toss explosives, so Deadshot can slow-motion shoot them so they can explode in, you guessed it, slow motion. Flag ends up killing the Enchantress by crushing her heart. Dr. June Moon comes back for a happy reunion, and Waller pops up to threaten them with their bombs so no one escapes. The movie wraps up with Deadshot seeing his daughter, the Joker breaking Harley out of prison, and in the post-credits scene, Waller gives Bruce Wayne a bunch of files on people who would have been way more helpful in the previous situation. On pretty much every level, the 2016 Suicide Squad just doesn't work as a coherent story and feels pretty soulless. Which is interesting, because the director, David Ayer, said that his version of the movie is a soulful drama, and this feels nothing like a soulful drama. And I think that's because this movie has the pace of a racehorse that just injected some fucking ketamine. Within the first 15 minutes, we get introduced to Deadshot twice, Harley Quinn twice, and then every other main or minor character, and they all get their own licensed song. Oh, we're in Louisiana in the swamp at a black site prison. Let's play House of the Rising Sun. That's pretty close and has to do with Louisiana. Now we're meeting Amanda Waller, so Sympathy for the Devil should play because, you know, she's the real devil and whatnot. We have this giant crocodile man. What song do you think works for that? How about Fortunate Son? Was Killer Croc in Vietnam or something? Like, why did they choose Fortunate Son for this guy? Hey, everybody, they're flying in on helicopters to the city. What song should play? How about Spirit in the Sky? Or, my personal favorite, Purple Lamborghini plays right before the Joker and Harley drive in a purple Lamborghini. Please, let me go more than 2 minutes without a song that is either way too on the nose or feels completely random. Music in a movie is pivotal, and I'm not saying licensed songs are a bad thing. Directors like James Gunn and Edgar Wright have a big emphasis on music in their movies. But it works for them because they put thought into each song and made sure it fit with what they're trying to tell, whereas Suicide Squad feels like a deaf guy went up to a jukebox and just started button smashing. Also, there's something about this Suicide Squad lineup that has always bothered me a little. I get why Crocodile Man, guy with superhuman aim, dude who shoots fire, and even Slipknot. Okay, maybe not him, but most of the team makes sense. But Harley Quinn is just a lady with a hammer or bat, and she has a revolver. That's it. And I'm not saying I dislike the character of Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie was born to play her, but she just doesn't make a lot of sense for this situation. They also made her a pretty inconsistent character in this because she spends most of the movie tormenting, messing with, or being mean to everyone. Then she gets the chance to escape, the thing that she hasn't stopped talking about, but instead she comes back to this squad. Harley got a lot of the Navy guys killed and almost got your quote-unquote friends killed too.
You're my friend too.
Why on earth would they want you back? Which also begs the question, why does Waller only ask Deadshot to take Harley Quinn out? She's literally surrounded by soldiers with guns. I guess it makes sense though, given how bad the writing is across this entire movie. At one point, we get a clear my browser history joke.
I want you to kill him, and I want you to go clear my browser history.
I honestly don't have time to go through all the bad lines because I want to get to my main gripe with this movie. So Superman, a guy who did this to an entire city by just having his body crash through buildings, is going to be stopped by some guys with really good aim, a girl with a hammer, and a dude who throws boomerangs? Like what, are Killer Croc's teeth made of kryptonite or something? How on earth would these criminals be any help against a threat like Superman when they can barely take down zombie guys? Remember when Amanda Waller gave those folders of metahumans to Batman? All those people who would have been way more helpful? Plus, Amanda Waller is friends with Bruce Wayne. It's just so fucking dumb, and maybe somewhere in this mess of a movie, David Ayer's cut could save it, but like, I don't know. Not even the action can save this movie, as we only get like 3 bits, and it's also just a bunch of CGI Last of Us people getting shot or hit with bats and boomerangs. And the pacing of this movie being as quick as it is doesn't do it any favors because there are moments where it feels like you're missing information because it's rushing so much. Or some of the movie feels out of order because of it. Like for instance, Amanda Waller puts her team together, then the Enchantress escapes, releases her brother goes onto the train tracks and starts killing people, and at that time, they're assembling the Suicide Squad to go into the city to rescue a high-value target. But at that point in the plot, Amanda Waller wasn't in the city yet. And there's also this moment where Flag and June just appear in the city while the brother is still on the train tracks and they're just under him about to blow him up. And then that's the moment when the Enchantress dips to go see her brother who is somewhere completely else. So I don't know if it has to do with the different cuts of this movie, David Ayer not getting his full vision, or studio interference, but no matter what, the editing in this movie is abysmal. I knew this one would be rough, but man, I had a hard time watching this. And that's why 2016 Suicide Squad is going into just plain garbage. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to check out my video on the movie If, another sad kids movie about imaginary friends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what movie you'd like to see me cover in the future.